All right, today we're breaking down a game that was about so much more than just the final score. No. This was a story about redemption, about a team that nearly collapsed, and about one player who just absolutely refused to lose. Let's get right into it.
So, this was the big question, right? How do you possibly stop a team that just feels unbeatable? That's exactly what the Lakers were facing when they walked into Chicago. They were going up against a Bulls team that was just red hot, riding a 4-game winning streak and looking invincible on their home court. It was a classic unstoppable force versus immovable object situation. But see, for the Lakers, this wasn't just another game on a long road trip. Oh no, this one was personal. This was a full-on revenge game, and it was all fueled by a very specific and very painful memory from last season.
I mean, can you imagine that feeling? You play your absolute heart out for 48 minutes, just to lose on a 1 in a million heave at the buzzer. The Lakers got swept by the Bulls last season, and that loss on this exact court had to have stung. You can bet that shot was playing over and over in their minds as they got off the bus.
And this right here really sets the scene perfectly. You've got the Lakers deep into a grueling 8-game road trip. That's just a recipe for fatigue. Meanwhile, the Bulls are feeling comfortable at home, riding this big wave of confidence from their winning streak. On paper, everything was stacked against LA from the opening tip. But fueled by that revenge motive, the Lakers didn't just start the game, they exploded. They came out with this incredible, fiery intensity that sent a very clear message: we are not losing here again. And leading that charge was who else but LeBron James. He was aggressive right from the jump, pouring in 20 points before they even got to halftime. He set an unbelievable tone, making it clear that the Lakers were there to dominate and to erase that painful memory from last season. And dominate is exactly what they did. Their early surge was just so overwhelming that they built up a massive 20-point lead. At this point, it really felt like the game was over, right? The Lakers were executing their plan perfectly, and the Bulls looked completely shell-shocked. It seemed like revenge was going to be swift and oh so sweet.
But then, everything changed. You know, basketball is a game of runs, and the Bulls, energized by that home crowd, were not about to go down without a fight. They started chipping away, possession by possession, and you could literally feel the entire momentum of the game make a huge, dramatic shift.
This timeline just shows how quickly it all unraveled for LA. That seemingly impossible 20-point lead, it was cut down to 13 by halftime. Still manageable, you're thinking. But then, the third quarter started. The floodgates opened. The Bulls came out roaring, and that comfortable cushion just evaporated into thin air. And this was the moment. All the momentum, all the energy was on Chicago's side. A 20-point lead had vanished, reduced to a single point. The Lakers were reeling, the crowd was absolutely electric, and the entire game was hanging by a thread. This is where heroes are made.
And a hero did emerge. With his team on the ropes and the game completely slipping away, Anthony Davis decided he had seen enough. What happened next wasn't just a great performance, it was a complete and total takeover. 20. Just let that number sink in. As the Bulls were making their ferocious comeback, Anthony Davis personally scored 20 points in the third quarter alone. He single-handedly matched what entire teams score in a quarter, and he did it when his team needed him the absolute most. And the amazing part is how he did it. This wasn't just random scoring, he was surgically dismantling the Bulls' defense. He demanded the ball, he exploited mismatches in the post, and he was incredibly efficient, hitting 2/3 of his shots. And just when the Bulls thought they had an answer, he stepped out and drained a massive three-pointer to stop their momentum cold. By the time the quarter ended, he had personally turned that terrifying 1-point lead back into a comfortable 15-point cushion. It was just breathtaking. So after all that drama, let's look at the final numbers to see how the Lakers closed this thing out and finally secured their revenge. A huge factor came down to pure efficiency. The Lakers shot an incredible 56% from the field for the entire game. I mean, when a team is that hot, especially on the road, it's just incredibly difficult to beat them, even when you mount a huge comeback like Chicago did. And this table tells the rest of the story, doesn't it? Anthony Davis finished with a staggering 46 points. LeBron added a crucial 24, and Rui Hachimura had a super efficient 23. On the other side, the Bulls had a more balanced attack, sure, but in the end, they simply had no answer for the Lakers' top-end star power. So, in the end, the Lakers got exactly what they came for. They weathered the storm, they faced down the ghosts of last season's buzzer beaters, and they walked out of Chicago with a hard-fought victory. They got their revenge. And that leaves us with one final question. A 46-point masterpiece on the road against a red-hot team, capped by a third-quarter takeover for the ages. Performances like this are what define a season. So what do you think? Was this the night that truly launched Anthony Davis right into the heart of the MVP race?